I think this must be about the 44th or 45th Sakkara meeting. Sakkara came about when we went to Egypt and we visited Sakkara. Sakkara in Egypt was a school that taught people how to use the rod of a child. And it was the rods that built the pyramid. No aliens came in. There wasn't even a slave unit. It was all built by the people who understood the pyramid energy in the time of Atlantis. In the time of Atlantis, there were thousands of pyramids built and they were used to refine gold in the factories, heat the homes, and run everything. And according to Kenneth Tillich, Africa and South America were once together and they collapsed the standing wave. How many of you understand standing waves? Raise your hand. Your Kundalini is a standing wave. How Jesus healed was the use of the standing wave. We have to learn to use our standing waves. That's what's important. And our DNA too. I'm going to let Gail talk a little bit later, but right now it's important that we learn how to use the standing polymer waves because that has stopped COVID, has stopped the destruction of the planet. The first thing that happened after we built the pyramid was the Navy intelligence came out. And there used to be a man called Gino. He came every year. Finally, after about 40 years, he came to me and says, Mary, I'm not coming back. I'm retiring from Navy intelligence. So Navy intelligence really did follow us. And they came out here after we built the pyramid. And they asked us if we knew what we did. And I called Ken. I said, what did we do? Why did the Navy come out? He said, you stopped the electrocution of the oceans. Our pyramid system has done just that. We wouldn't have an atmosphere. We wouldn't have trees. We don't think the standing polymer waves. One of the first things we did, and Gail can testify to that, and so can a lot of the others, we stopped a tornado from coming across the lake. Right, Gail? We did. You want to talk about it?
So we had, it was the conference, and we had about 100 people out with the tents and set up here with tables and tents in this front yard. And a tornado was coming across the lake. And so everybody was in the house, and then Mary says, well, we need to go outside and stop that tornado. And so 5 of us stood up, and I was married at the time, and my husband said, you're not going out there. And I said, well, you don't have to go out there, but I'm going out there. So he followed a little reluctantly, but that he learned in the power of that day, the power of the Holy Grail vortex, is we created a Holy Grail vortex and a frequency that matched the frequency of the tornado that counterbalanced. And when opposites came together, it diffused it.
We built a standing polymer wave.
Yes.
And you have to understand, you have to start learning how to build standing polymer waves. Because we're being faced with a lot of pain that's coming over from China and from the control of humanity. Humanity has free will on this planet, and they have been trying to destroy it. We have to activate ourselves into the peaceful love. Just think of all the pillars of light that we could build around the planet. And from the point of light, bring that light in. From the point of love, bring that love in. And how do you do that? With a counterclockwise vortex, which starts a standing polymer wave. This is the wisdom that has been departed to you through Kenneth Kilman and the pyramids. The first thing we did was we put aluminum on the pyramid. And that was through Kenneth's constructive ideas. So we went into the pyramid and we rang it like a bell. And when we rang that pyramid like a bell, it set up a standing polymer wave, which changed the frequency at Sakkara Air Force Base who was using submarines to submerge during the Cold War. And we created a standing column wave. That standing column wave stopped the electrocution of the oceans. From that point on, the Navy's not going to tell you, but the Navy has been protecting us because they didn't want the planet to die. And in 25 years, the planet would have been dead. Now, I'm not saying other people don't get involved with us. They do. And other groups do prayer work. But when we ask that all that prayer work be turned into a standing columnar wave, we have just constructed many standing columnar waves all over the planet. And that's important to understand. So when I ask you now, how many of you begin to understand how a standing columnar wave works? Remember, to prove it to us, the first thing that happened was there was a tornado out here. A tornado is a standing columnar wave. So we went out and did the Holy Grail vortex, and we caused two vortexes clockwise, counterclockwise, two vortexes clockwise. That creates a standing wave. And we added that up with the frequency of the tornado, and we took it down. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being here to save this planet. All you people have been.
And thank you, Mary, for showing us and giving us the Holy Grail Vortex and all of these years, us working together to help heal the planet and keep free will on the planet and help humanity. So thank you for all that you've done, keeping this conference going for 44 years and sharing your love and your wisdom.
Believe me, I was given this job because I had the karma. I blew up a planet in another lifetime, in another situation. And to solve that problem, I had to help save this one. You people have helped me do that, and then the karma of me blowing up another planet. I know my past history. So that is what's beautiful about the whole situation. We have free will on this planet. We have to keep free will on this planet. Otherwise, the solar system will be lost. As Kenneth always said, he said, God wanted company. So God created created the human race. Because he wanted to be communicative with them and have a friend and not just be controlling them, he gave us free will. And the first thing most of us did is blow this planet up. But there are a few of us that are keeping free will, and now we're working towards that. And I honor all you people who create the standing columnar wave to build free will on this planet. Thank you.
And the pain and the suffering and the bitterness and the anger, the sorrow and guilt, shame that you let go of in this physical life, the more unconditional love you can build and replace that, and that will be what guides you through the days coming. And the more unconditional love you have in your heart, is the more you're going to express, the higher the frequency in your frontal lobes. And unconditional love, divine I am, is what this planet needs. And you all have chosen to be present here, to be light workers and showing the way. So each has a little different way to do that, and everybody has a different frequency, and they have found that there's certain frequencies in people, and when you meet somebody that you feel like is your long lost sister or a family member, and it's the first time you met, but you don't know them, they're on the same frequency that you are, so it's an easy energy. And there are complementary frequencies, and there's ones that are on the opposite. But you need all of those in to create balance as we have here in Sakkara with all of you. So each of you are here for a reason. You have something you are contributing to humanity and the planet to help raise this planet and to be the very best it can be and move into ascension. So each one of you have a part. It may be different, but you each are vital and you each are important. And I would like to honor those that were ordained and took the commitment to step into their personal power and their spiritual power. Those that were ordained today, so it's very powerful. I will say, pay attention to your dreams and how you go through life. And in the next couple of days too, and it's really good that you're here at Sakkara because you're in like-minded people. So you will experience higher frequency and greater wisdom. So we will now just kind of let you all chat and get to know and say hi to each other and commune with everybody. And if there's nothing else, I'm sorry, I just got tapped on the head. Is there anybody that would like to say anything to Mary? I know for me, I'm very grateful of Mary and having 44 years of this. And I met Mary in 96, and we've been coming every year but once since 96. And I'm so grateful for knowing the Holy Grail Vortex because that's the foundation of my life and how I live my life in the Catholic Creed, how I live my life. And sometimes they misstep, but we're human, so we get to respect because we have free will and free choice. Mm-hmm. And thank you for doing so much work to help us keep free will alive. Thanks, Mary. It's scary. What I didn't like about Mary is what I don't like about myself. Someday I am going to be another Mary because she's powerful, she's awesome, and she's really strong-willed. And so thank God for that because she's alive today. And so that I'm the girl that'd rather be pissed on than pissed off. But we drink our urine, and for an 87-year-old woman that needs to catch her own urine, who held the coffee cup? But you know what? Homeopathics work. And God's got a plan for everything that we're doing today. And it's the strength that keeps us going. And so I'm here to tell you, I love you. I love you. I actually, it's a little emotional because I've learned to live and I've learned to give other people that. That is amazing. It's also given me the freedom to, the freedom, you know, to be joyous even when I think other people aren't making the right decisions. I can still let them be them. And I've seen myself just this year moving tornadoes and moving storms. Last week we had a storm before I got done. I heard it coming really loud, really, really loud. And I started doing the Holy Grail Vortex, and before I was done, it was completely quiet. So thank you very much.